Hey, how's it going? Have you ever had an idea so incredibly stupid, it almost felt genius? Like, hey, what if I fly using a squirrel suit? Yeah, that kind of idea. The world is packed with ridiculous inventions that only exist because someone was just stubborn enough to ignore a very clear no. Today, we're diving into a collection of wild, dangerous, and completely improbable creations. The kind of stuff that only exists because someone just refused to quit. Let's check out 10 things that only exist because someone had a crazy idea. And hey, this is all just my opinion, alright? See if it makes sense to you, and let's go. Alright, everyone's strapped in. Let's do this. First up, penicillin. In 1928, a scientist named Alexander Fleming was doing what all great scientists do, being messy. He left his lab dishes out, went on vacation, came back. Mold! And not just any mold. This mold was murdering bacteria like a ninja assassin. Did anyone believe him? Of course not. Science back then was basically just a bunch of guys in coats saying you're crazy to each other. Fleming didn't care. He kept going, told everyone mold was magic. Eventually, people believed him and penicillin became a thing. So now, you get antibiotics when you get sick instead of, dying. Thanks, mold guy. Number 9, space travel. Humans looked at the sky and thought that black vacuum full of radiation, yeah, let's go there. The first people who suggested rockets laughed out of the room, but they kept trying, kept testing, kept blowing stuff up. Then one day, a giant metal tube launched into space with people inside. Why? Because Earth was too boring, apparently. And now, we got space stations, moon selfies, and billionaires playing Star Wars. All thanks to a bunch of stubborn nerds who refused to stay on the ground. The internet. At first, it was just code, running on machines the size of refrigerators. Then came dial-up, the sweet sound of progress and pain. People thought, let's build a digital utopia. Instead, we got pop-ups and comment sections. Now, we carry the internet in our pockets. Endless information, mostly used to look up actors' names mid-movie. Why does it still exist? Because someone, somewhere, is always hitting refresh. You're not lost, you're just in a Wi-Fi dead zone. Extreme sports. At some point, a guy looked at a cliff and thought, I'm Batman. Now we have wingsuits, parkour, people skiing in the snow, people skiing in the sea, people skiing in the volcanoes, okay? Maybe this is not a good idea. And why all this? Because humans get bored, and boredom plus stubbornness equals chaos with style. Electricity. In 1752, Ben Franklin flew a kite in a thunderstorm because why not risk death for science? He could have been electro-fried on the spot. But in 1752, lightning turned into a future power source. Now we use it to toast bread and binge true crime documentaries. All thanks to a guy in 1752 who thought, yeah, let's fly metal in a lightning storm. You're not wasting electricity, you're honoring history. Deep sea exploration. The ocean is dark, cold, crushing, and full of nightmare fuel. Naturally, someone said, let's build a metal tube and dive into it. Because if there's one thing humans love, it's going where we absolutely should not. They found glowing fish with teeth, underwater volcanoes, and creatures that look like bad science experiments. Also, new species, old shipwrecks, and a constant feeling of we do not belong here. Every meter down, more pressure, more questions, less sunlight, basically space, but wetter. And let's be real, every time someone says we've discovered a new species, you pause your scrolling dot. So yeah, it started with people in metal tubes, risking their lives for science. Now it's satellite mapping, underwater drones, and climate data that actually helps us predict the future. Terrifying? Yes. Important? Absolutely. Also, someone had to go down there and prove the Kraken wasn't real. Probably. Number 4. Cough. Some human, somewhere, noticed a goat bouncing around like it had just downed a dozen energy drinks after eating some strange berries. Instead of shrugging it off, they thought, what if I boil these weird beans and drink the water? So they did, and suddenly, palpitations hit, hands started shaking. But surprise! Productivity skyrocketed. Coffee was born. At first, it tasted awful, bitter, strong, and probably made people question their life choices. But humans being humans, they added sugar, milk, and all kinds of flavors. Now it's a ritual, a culture, a religion for millions. From early mornings to late nights, from study sessions to work marathons. Millions only function because one stubborn, sleepy person decided to brew some jittery goat berries, and thanks to that, here we are wide awake, wired, and somehow still surviving. Number. Wait a minute, we're at number 3 already, and you still haven't liked or subscribed? No. Well, now's the perfect time. Go on. Oh wait, it magically helps the channel and makes you 12% cooler. Done. Cool. Alright. Number 3. Flight. In 1903, two brothers, just two regular guys, looked up at the sky, saw birds doing their thing, and said something like, yeah, we can do that. But, with metal and fire. People laughed out hard because flying was for birds, not for humans with bones that break and no feathers. But the Wright brothers didn't care. They sketched. They hammered. They built bizarre-looking contraptions with wings held together by sheer optimism. Then they crashed, over and over. Gravity was undefeated for a long time. But they kept going, And one day, their flying bicycle thing actually worked. It didn't explode. It lifted off, humans, in the air, like magic, but louder. Fast forward a century, and now, you can board a giant metal tube, pay $100 to sit in a chair that doesn't recline, eat tiny pretzels, and get mildly electrocuted by static every time you touch the bathroom door. All while cruising at 30,000 feet with zero legroom and a stranger asleep on your shoulder. But still we fly. Because someone, somewhere, thought, why walk when you can strap yourself to an engine and defy nature? And honestly, respect. Number 2. Money. Once upon a time, humans just traded stuff. You had fish, I had bread, boom, deal. But then someone said, what if we stop swapping goats and start using shiny metal instead? That worked, until shiny metal got heavy dots, so we invented paper to represent the shiny metal. And somehow, that random piece of paper became everything. It controls what we eat, where we live, how we dress, and whether or not we can afford. People fight over it, countries collapse because of it, and yet, it's basically just decorated tree slices. And now, we don't even need the paper. We just tap plastic cards and hope it goes through. Or worse, use our phones and pretend it's not real money anymore. Now, we work 40+ hours a week, excited for 5% discounts, and cry when rent is due. All for something that only exists if a bank says so. So yeah, it's just paper, but it runs the world. All thanks to one ancient merchant who looked at a gold coin and thought, there's got to be a lazier way to do this. And now, number 1, cue the dramatic drum roll. Fire. Once upon a time, lightning hit a tree. It caught fire. Everything around it burned. Most animals ran away, but one human looked at the flames and thought, that's dangerous. I want it. So they poked it with a stick, probably got burned, then did it again. And just like that, fire became our favorite life-threatening tool. It cooked our food, scared off predators, and kept us warm. Also burned down forests, villages, and occasionally eyebrows. We worshipped it. We feared it. We played with it because nothing says intelligence like juggling fireballs. Over time, we got fancy torches, stoves, candles, matches, lighters, flamethrowers, birthday cakes. Then we invented fireworks because setting fire to chemicals and launching them into the sky sounded like a fun idea. Now, we control it with a flick of a switch, but deep down, it's still the same old chaos stick from the cave days. Useful? Absolutely. Safe? Never. Cool looking? Always. And all because one prehistoric man saw a burning tree and said, I can work with this. So, next time you roast marshmallows or light a candle, remember, that tiny flame carries the story of thousands of years of human stubbornness, curiosity, and a little bit of reckless daring. So, what did you think of these 10 things that only exist because someone was stubborn or crazy? Pretty wild, right? Drop your own top 10 in the comments. You want to see what you think was the craziest invention or idea. And hey, if you like this, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Catch you later. Peace out. Got a topic you'd love to see next? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading all of them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Ha ha ha!